wonder why women go to the ladies' room in groups or pairs? That's because the ladies' room is where women feel safe enough to be vulnerable with each other. That's where we go to offer guidance and support. The ladies' room is where women go to strategize and organize to take over the world. I'm Roxann Smithers, and I want to welcome you to the ladies' room.
Where do women go for honesty, strategy, guidance, and inspiration? Welcome to the ladies' room. Hosted by Roxann Smithers.
So today's episode, we're going to be talking about pricing. There's a biblical proverb that says a virtuous woman's price is far above rubies. So we're going to be talking about our pricing. How do we decide what to charge for our services and for our goods? And also, how do we negotiate salaries? So I'm so excited. I've got a wonderful panel today of powerful women, and we're going to get into this topic here in the ladies' room. So first, I want to welcome Danielle Edwards. She's a health and wellness professional with Avalon Wellness. I want to welcome Tiffany C Wright, a business management consultant and founder of the Resourceful CEO. And I want to welcome Sabrina Lowery, founder and chief technology officer for Sabrina Lowery Industries. Ladies, thank you so much for coming today into the ladies' room, into the executive lounge to talk about pricing. How's everybody doing?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. So we really want to dig in and get to this topic because it is definitely one that really challenges both women as entrepreneurs and business owners, but also women as executives in the workplace. We know the statistics, right, on what a woman makes versus a man to the dollar and what Black women make to a white man to the dollar. So we really want to dig into that and see what's the psychology behind where do we go with our pricing? Do we understand that our value is far above rubies? All right. We've got to be willing to invest in ourselves and in our business to get that. You know, even a prime athlete still has a coach.
Yes, right.
That helps them come up with strategy and the best way to deploy their athletic prowess, right? So you certainly can use that or need that as well.
Yes.
Tiffany, you're going to say something in terms of your experience to getting to this point of knowing your worth.
I would say, well, earlier in my career, I had a lot of mentors. I interned at I started my career as an engineer. I interned 4 summers at GM and then worked at Honda for 5 years, including in Japan. And in Japan, so coming up to GM, I had a number of folks who mentored me. Don't put up with this, do this. If people behave like this kind of thing. It was extremely helpful. And then when I got to Japan, I was in my early to mid 20s, and there were all these, most of the expats, I'm not talking about people in the military, most of the people who were expats were like VP, senior VP, EVP and above. Okay. And so I connected with a group of Black expats who were in those roles, and they really mentored me. So that really helped me. And then I think also being in the type of engineering I was, that a lot of the salaries, we like freely discussed salaries and so on, so I knew I was on par. And then as I went to grad school and then came out and we discussed bonuses and so on, I also had mentors who talked about, what do you want your bonus to look like and what needs to happen. But these are the kind of things that women don't talk, we don't stand up. A lot of women don't know how to negotiate. You don't negotiate. And I say that if you feel uncomfortable, because if you go to a tech company, you go to actually lots of companies, because the company I went to was an energy company, and to have options and so on, but if you don't say, give me option that, or, okay, whatever you give me is fine, you can miss out. You can miss out huge increases in value. And bonuses are tied to your salary. So if you negotiate a 20% bonus, and if someone negotiated, if they offered you a 5% bonus, but the guy negotiated for 20%, then, you just took what they gave you. And I would say, see a career, see someone who negotiates, as just a career coach, someone who negotiates salaries, especially as you rise up the ladder, because you need to level up. Now, when I then switched to working for myself. I will say I was a little like, I don't have the credential, yes, I have an MBA and so on, but, I wasn't CFO of mid-sized businesses. I can do all these kinds of things, but I was, so it took me a moment to feel comfortable really standing by my rates. But then as I started to have more achievements and success, then I felt more comfortable. I'm very achievement oriented. But I think if I had, said to myself, I feel uncomfortable, I need to do something about this. So I think that's the thing. When you feel uncomfortable, say, what is it that's making me feel uncomfortable? Is it something I can fix?
Correct.
Or is it something that I need to do something, get someone for? Because I know I have several friends who are like, I need this certification. I need that certification. And I'm like, you don't need all those certifications. Who cares? I don't have any certifications. No one ever asked me, if it says you need a CPA, I don't want to do that work. I mean, I find just doing accounting boring as all get out. So I don't want that role. But, why would I want a certification?
Yes.
Turn around this or whatever that. I don't need it. So, but lots of women believe that they need all these credentials behind their name in order to be able to. So again, I would just say you can wipe out years of months or years of aches by just saying, when you feel something, go examining why you feel it. If you can't come up with an answer, then say, hey, I need help finding that answer, and you'll be guided to whatever it is, a person, people, a group, books, whatever. I like.
They want to scare employees and executives into not sharing their salaries, right? They have a right to, right? And what does that do? Who does that hurt?
A lot of companies across the finance industry spectrum had to publish that information. They started to level up because it looks horrible to see, VP, they've been down here, they've been in these roles for 10 years, and there's these men, they've been in a role for 4 years, and then they were here, and they're making, 50% more, 100% more, things like that. What secrecy does is it doesn't allow you to track and measure.
So I want to make sure that people know how to find you and pay you. Okay. So Sabrina, tell the folks where they can find you.
Oh, absolutely. It is SabrinaLowery.com, and it is all things Sabrina Lowery, all social. You can Google me, baby. You can find me at awi.life for Avalon Wellness for my health and wellness business. You can find me at Tab Greens CS for my commercial cleaning business.
And Tiffany, where can the folks find you?
People can find me at theresourcefulceo.com. The Resourceful CEO or Resourceful CEO is where you can find me. And Tiffany C Wright. You can also Google me, but you must keep the C in there, or else you'll get all kinds of stuff. I'll be on page 50.
Well, and hopefully, ladies, I will see you again in the ladies' room. So for today's session, I want to thank the Art Institute of Atlanta, the staff, the administrators, as well as the students for giving us this wonderful space to chit-chat and create our executive room. And I also want to thank Habari Financial Network as being part of the ladies' room. We want to thank you, and we'll see you again in the ladies' room.